Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. I'm so happy that you guys are all here. And if you're happy to be tuning in on the replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. My name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm your number one email marketing strategist, CEO and founder of the Campbell Success Network, and the creator of my Emailpreneur Tribe, which is where I teach, train, and coach my clients on how to secure the bag through email marketing. Give me 1 second, y'all. Uh, 1 second, y'all. Hello, come on in, y'all. As y'all are rolling on in, as y'all are rolling on in, say hello, type in hashtag live. Okay. Oh, sorry, I had to do something real quick. All right, as y'all are rolling on in, go ahead and type in hashtag live. I am going to also send out a quick email letting everybody know that I am live. Had Let me do this real quick so people can know, because a lot of times I've been hearing people saying, "Well, I I saw that you had a live, Letitia, but I didn't get notification." So I'm gonna make sure y'all get notified. So give me 1 quick second. As I mentioned, as you guys are rolling on in, go ahead and type in hashtag live. Again, if you're watching this on a replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. We got a good devotional to talk about on today. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up in just a second. But I know y'all really, really gonna be excited about this because I know I am. I know I am for sure, for sure. Okay. So give me 1 second. All right, y'all. Hello, 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 everybody. As you're all rolling on in, please do me a favor and go ahead and type in hashtag live. Go ahead and type in hashtag live. I want to make sure that my comments are working. We are on day 13 of our 40-day devotional. Okay. And we're going to be reading from 40 Days of Prayer by Becky Davis. You can go ahead and get this on Amazon for $20. Yes, for $20. Okay. Uh-huh. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started in just a second, y'all. Some quick announcements to make. Hey, Tamara, good, good, good. Tamara is on. Thank you so much for joining. Tamara, go ahead and type it in number one if you can see and hear me good. Go ahead and type in number one. For the past couple of days, my Wi-Fi has been acting up. Okay, so go ahead and type in number one. This show, this 40 days of a devotional, has been sponsored by Constant Contact, and I will be sharing with you guys some information on that in just a second. I do have a quick announcement. If you're a client of mine, if you're in either my List Building Bootcamp, if you're inside of my Emailpreneur Sales Academy, or if you're in my cohort or my inner circle, we did an amazing training this past Tuesday. So if you missed it or you want to go ahead and watch the replay, definitely go onto the client portal because the replay is there. And if you have struggling with getting access for whatever reason, send us an email at Campbell Success Team at gmail.com. Okay. My next announcement is, ladies, I am on a mission. Okay. I'm on a mission. If you got a chance to check out my post that I did yesterday, I'm on a mission to get 1,000 of y'all. Okay. 1,000 of y'all to go ahead and sign up for Constant Contact, which is one of the leading email service providers. How you sign up? You just go to bit.ly/email success number 30. Email success is in all lowercase and 30 is 30. Okay. Definitely go ahead and sign up. You get 30% off your first 3 months. We will help you set up your accounts. If you're currently using a different email service provider and you're switching over to Constant Contact, we will actually import your contacts onto Constant Contact. And you also get a whole bunch of other bonuses and benefits as well. So I'm on a mission. We got one person signed up yesterday. Shout out to Ladavia. I'm going to do a post later today shouting her out and having all of you celebrate her huge accomplishment, because that is a huge accomplishment. And so we are at 999 people to go for the month of July. And we're definitely going to make this happen. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, we're on day 13, y'all. Day 13 of our 40-day devotional. We've been rocking out this devotional and we're going to continue on with it. Okay. So the theme for today is abundant blessings. Somebody type that in the chat right now. The theme for today is abundant blessings. Okay. Abundant blessings. Okay. We all want to be blessed, but wouldn't it be great if we could also have some abundant blessings? We're going to really dive into this conversation on today. Y'all going to really, really love it. I promise you, you are. So we're going to be reading from Second Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. Okay. That's the scripture that we're going to be focused on this morning. Second Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. Yes, abundant blessings. So let's go ahead and read it. It says, and God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. You will abound in every good work. Again, that is from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. I'm going to go ahead and read it again because it makes me feel good every single time I read it. All right. It says, and God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. Okay. You will abound in every good work. Let's go ahead and pray, y'all. Thank you, dear Father, for all the incredible blessings you have poured into my life and business. You have richly blessed me physically and spiritually. Now I ask that your spirit help me to be gracious with the gifts you have so richly given me. May my life, O Lord, be a consistent conduct of your blessings so that others may come to know your grace. You have blessed me abundantly, and I know there is more to come in the future. You continue to give me all that I need, even when I don't realize it at times. The money and resources that you give me do not belong to me. They belong to you, and I will be good. I will be a good steward of them. I will use them where you lead me to do so. In Jesus' name, I pray. And let everybody say, Amen. Hey, Therese, let everybody say Amen for this prayer. All right, y'all, we're gonna unpack this. Let's go ahead and unpack this. So going back to the scripture, going back to the word, Second Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8, and it says again, and God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. So I underlined that word abound. Somebody type in the word abound in the chat. I underline that word abound, and it means to increase in large numbers. Okay. It means to increase in large numbers. And if you ever had a chance, which I know most of you have, if you ever had a chance, and I encourage each and every one of you to go and read the entire chapter 9, 2 Corinthians chapter 9. I strongly encourage y'all to read the entire chapter. Okay. It talks a lot about giving, right? It talks a lot about giving, and we talked yesterday about planting seeds. And what's the word we used yesterday? I said y'all need to show up. Y'all need to be at your post as if you're a lifeguard. And if there's people in your audience that's drowning and they need help, and you are the solution to their problem, if you're not at your post, if you're not posting consistently, if you're not showing up consistently, if you're not present consistently, you're not going to be able to rescue the people that you need to rescue, and they're going to move on to somebody else that can help them, right? But here's what we do sometimes in our minds. Sometimes in our mental minds, we think that if we make a post, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and type in me in the chat if you ever felt that way. Even if you're watching this on a replay, go ahead and type me. Sometimes you feel like because you look at your competition all the time, because you're looking at everybody in your particular industry who's doing more, and you see them constantly posting, you see their posts, you see their lives, you see their reels, even see their ads, you sometimes feel like, well, if I go live or if I make a post, it don't matter because I don't have it according to their size. I'm not as big as they are. I don't have much as a big of a following as they do. I don't get as much likes and comments as they do. I'm not making as much money as they are. And we get in our minds that, well, whatever I do doesn't matter. Okay. I want y'all to put this in the chat. That I want you to type this in the chat in the complete sentence. My business matters. Typed it in the chat. My business matters. Your business matters. God gives according to what's in your heart. He's not looking at the size of your business right now. He's not looking at so much where you are right now. He's looking at the seeds that you're planting. Hey, Karen, how are you doing, love? The seeds that you're planting that he can nourish and help you grow. Right? So a lot of times we choose not to post, we choose not to send out emails, we choose not to do all these things because we feel it don't matter, right? It doesn't matter. My business is not as big. My business is small. You get what I'm saying? So when we think of the word size matter, thank you so much, Teresa, typing in my business matters. When we think of so much that we look at how size matters, right? But I look at it as effort matters. It's in the word, y'all. Look in the word. You know that God used a lot of parables, right? You know, Jesus has used a lot of parables throughout the Bible. If you don't know what a parable is a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson as told by Jesus in the gospel. He uses it as a moral illustration and a spiritual lesson. So think of it this way. Think of like a plant, right? When you're planting seeds, and the seeds are growing in the soil and it sprouts up, right? Here's another part of when it comes to when you're putting in effort, right? When you think of, don't look at the size of your business, look at the size of your actions. Look at what is the size of the work you're putting in to your business on a consistent basis. What's the size of the consistent seeds that you're planting every day, whether you're going live, whether you're posting a reel, whether you're adding people to your email list, whatever that is. Don't look at the size of your business now, because you focus on the size of your business right now, it's never going to grow. If you're just focused on, well, I only have 200 email subscribers, I only have 1,000 followers. If you're just looking at that, it's not going to grow. You got to think of size as effort. I want y'all to write this word. I want you to put this word in the chat. I want y'all to put this word in the chat. Universal principle. Type that in the chat real quick. Because God really blesses you according to your effort. Y'all know this, you know the word. Faith without works is dead. He will do his part when you do your part. Sometimes we want God to do his part and and we just leave ourselves out of it. Like he's a magician or something. God does not do magic tricks. Whatever he set forth in your life is permanent. Nobody can take it away, not even yourself. So type in the word universal principle. Universal principle. Let me go ahead and pull that up, the definition of that up real quick. A universal principle is a general belief or rule that guides someone's behavior or activity. A universal principle is a general belief or rule that guides someone's activity or behavior. Okay? So when we look at the universal principle, which is what God sets forth in our lives, right? When we are constantly making effort every day in our businesses, right? Once we do that, he will bless you with the principle of multiplication. I shared this before. God does not add, he multiplies. God does not add, he multiplies. So when we think of, man, if I keep putting in effort, then God is going to bless me with the principle of multiplication. Now, here's where a parable comes. Look at the rule of agriculture, right? The rule of agriculture says, in people who plant, are running farms and different things like that, they understand that if they plant a seed, the seed will bear fruit, and that fruit will make other seeds. Now let's go back to the principle of multiplication. Let's think of an apple seed. Let's think about an apple seed. Think of an apple seed. So when you plant an apple seed, right, and the apple tree grows, the apple tree is going to make more apples, and the apples are going to produce more seeds. So when we think of, man, if I get to the top, or if I get progression in my business, what am I going to do next? There's going to be more seeds coming. You're going to get fruit and seeds. Y'all get what I'm saying? Go ahead and type in me if you understand what I'm saying. This is what the principle of multiplication is all about. How God blesses us with that. He just don't want to bless you and give you an abundant blessing. He wants to give you the overflow to the point to where you will not be able to contain it. Good morning, LaShawn. Listen, when I was reading this morning, I had a huge revelation about this. I had a big revelation about this, on how it's all about my efforts. It has nothing to do with the size. We all think that size matters. We got to stop thinking that. We're robbing ourselves from our abundant blessings. We got to say, we got to focus on the size of our efforts, the consistency of our efforts. Because as we plant seeds every day, those seeds in your businesses will sprout, and those seeds, the fruit that sprouts, is going to bear more seed. Okay? The thing that people sometimes think is, and we think this sometimes as well, I have thought this in the past, that sometimes we separate the work that we put in our businesses from what God gives us back. Follow me here for a second. Sometimes I would have separate the work that I need to put in my business from what God is going to give back to me. This is why some people don't understand the concept of faith without works is dead. And some people will never get it. You can't think that God is going to bless your business if you're not doing the work first. See, some people think it's in reverse. In the business world, it's not reverse. It's not, well, I'm going to have faith and then I'm going to have the promise, right? I'm going to have faith. I'm going to wait till God motivates me or give me a sign. Like sometimes when I get on discovery calls with people, and everything that I'm telling them, yes, Letitia, I need this for my business. I need your services. I need to sign up for constant contact, but I'm going to pray on it. How many of y'all have said that? Or type in me if you have said that, or somebody has told you that. You're telling them, yes, this is what they're telling you. This is what I need. But the minute you get off the call with them, I'm going to pray on it. You are basically robbing yourself of, if you said that before, you're robbing yourself of a blessing. You're gonna be at the same place you are now this time next year. If God is leading a hand, you got to do the work, and then you're able to reap the harvest. It's not the other way around, ladies. Where I'm at in my business today is because of the work that I put in 7-8 years ago. It's not the other way around. You can't interchange this. You can't change the formula. Okay? The principle of multiplication that God blesses all of us with, you can't reconfigure that. You can't use your math and God's math. That's impossible. You have to understand that as long as you increase the size, which means the consistency and determination of your efforts, you will reap this principle of multiplication, and you're going to see your business flourish through time. Now, for some of y'all, this means that you need to be more patient. While you are working through the process, while you are showing up, while you are being present, while you are building that email list and getting as many people added to your email list as you possibly can, you have to have patience. If you have that spirit of anxiety or anxiousness, where you want things to happen faster, where you want things to progress faster, you're going to be on disappointment lane every single time. every single time. You got to make a decision. Either you're going to put in the work and stay determined and resilient with it, no matter how hard life gets, no matter how challenging life gets. If you're not willing to make that level of commitment, then you're going to constantly be in disappointment. So let's go ahead and read our scripture for today, which is from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. And it says, and God is able to bless you abundantly so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. Okay? In every good work. So we'll be back here on Monday, but I want y'all to meditate over the weekend on the entire chapter of 2 Corinthians chapter 9. I want y'all to really meditate on that and really decide that, ask God to really help you to work, allow you to work with what you have. See, sometimes it's almost like tithing, right? Some people don't tithe if they don't have the full 10%. Oh, I'm not going to tithe today because I don't have $10 that I'm supposed to put in. I have just 4. You're not understanding that God is saying, listen, give what's in your heart, give what you can. And it goes back to our businesses. Sometimes we feel like we're not going to show up because our hair is not done and our makeup's not done and we don't have our jewelry on and we don't have the nicest of shirts. So we don't have a great background. So we say, no, we're not going to show up because we don't have the whole 10%. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm just going to show up with what I have, just with what I have, just as I am, because it's not about you. It's about the people that God has called you to help. I always pray this prayer all the time. I said, Lord, please take me out of it. Please take my emotions out of it. Please take my anxiety out of it. Because sometimes we get succumbed to the different crosses that we have to bear. Instead of saying, God, help me to work through this with my ailments, with the situation of, oh, I feel sick today, or I feel depressed today, or I feel anxious today. Ask God to help you to work through that. Let me tell you something. I'm a mother of 5 kids, and yes, I say that all the time, but it's my reality, right? And there are times during the day where I get extremely tired. I'm talking about to the point where I feel like taking a 3-hour nap. And when I have those moments, especially when there are days where I have a lot of work to do, whether it be work in my business or just work with me as a mom, I pray to God, I say, God, please, I'm not telling you to take this feeling away or take this emotion away, but help me to work through it. Help me to not be consumed and succumb to this feeling or to this circumstance. So that way I could push forward and push through. That's right. Karen said, I commit today to do the best I can with what I have. I will show up. You have to show up. That's the work right there. That you're still going to show up. Listen, y'all, when I first started this 40-day devotional, even let me get current. When I said I was gonna go live this week again to start to do this devotional, because for a few weeks I stopped. I didn't stop, but I wasn't doing it. On Tuesday was when I came back on live to do this devotional. In that moment, I said, oh God, girl, this, you don't have this yet, or you wasn't doing this devotional for the past week. And all the enemy was really trying to putting me under attack. And so as I was sitting here getting ready on Tuesday to go live, I said, Lord, please let it be your will and not mine. And just please help me to show up even though I'm feeling this way. So I hit that live button. I went live. I went live Tuesday. I went live Wednesday. I went live Thursday, which was yesterday. And now today's Friday. So I was live 4 days in a row. And I still feel the same way I did on Tuesday. That feeling that didn't go away. I just prayed to God. I didn't ask him to take it away. I said, Lord, help me to still show up despite how I'm feeling right now. Because here's the thing. Some of you guys may look at your current living situation And you may feel that there's no way you can show up. But I'm telling you right now, people are showing up on the side of the road. People are showing up living in their car. People are showing up living in their hotel and worse off unimaginable situations than what you're going through right now. So you really got to understand that if you're in that spirit of gratitude, then you're going to show up despite of, please somebody type in the word, despite of your feelings, your emotions, and your circumstances. Because if you're on a mission to help people, don't get mad at me for saying this. I'm just being honest. If you're on a mission to help people, you're not going to sit there and look at what you have and what you don't have. God is not looking at what you don't have. He's looking at what you have. He's looking at what you have. You can go, when you leave this earth and you go to heaven, you could give God a list of things that you don't have or that you didn't have. And he's going to say, but I gave you this. I gave you that. What do you mean you didn't have? I gave you whatever you don't have. It wasn't promised to you. I gave you enough. And for most people, they feel that in your situation, in worse situations than you, they may feel like you had more than enough to be successful. You have more than enough to help the people that God has called you to help. You have more than enough. But again, going back to what I said earlier, if you are looking at your business like it doesn't matter, then that's failing right there. That's failing right there. For those of you who missed it earlier in this live, I shared the fact that sometimes we don't show up consistently for our businesses, or we do not consistently try to build our email list. It's because we're looking at everybody else who you think are doing bigger things than you. You're looking at everybody else who has a larger following. You're looking at everybody else who has more subscribers. You're looking at everybody else who has more likes and comments. And then you're saying, well, if I post something, what does it matter? Because the size of my business is not as big as theirs. So if I make a post, or if I go live, or do a reel, or if I host an event, or if I host a challenge, or if I do whatever, what does it matter? You're looking at the visual size, but you're not looking at saying, listen, I need to look at the size of my efforts. I need to increase that in order for the size of my business to increase. You got to do the work. You got to do the work. Some of y'all will wait till you get a customer before you decide to do the work. Some of you will wait for people to give you 5 likes before you do the work. Some of y'all won't post because your last post didn't get no likes or comments. And then the only way you post, if you get a couple likes or comments, then you'll post again. That makes no sense. Right? Karen said, despite of show up anyway. Show up anyway. That's right. Hey, Eric. Hey, Ishmi said, tuning in. What's going on? Listen, we're doing our 40-day devotional, love. Yes, we're doing our 40-day devotional, and we're on day 13. We're reading from 40 Days of Prayer. Okay, 40 Days of Prayer for Our Businesses, y'all. Is by Becky A. Davis. Okay, you definitely want to grab that. Okay, you gotta make sure you grab that. So again, ladies, in order for you to really understand, and in order for you to receive God's principle of multiplication, you have to put in the work. You can't get the blessings if you don't put in the work. Okay, if you don't put in the work. That is so important. This is a universal principle that God gives and offers to each and every one of us. He does not reward laziness. He does not reward the procrastinators. He does not reward women, especially women of color, who complain. I shared this the other day. Stop complaining. Hello? Stop complaining. Stop complaining to other people. Stop complaining to yourself. Stop procrastinating. Okay? Stop the business and emotional laziness. I know you feel comfortable with all those different emotions that I just explained. I know it makes you feel safe. I know it makes you feel like, oh my gosh, but I was reading a book today, and in the book it says, if you're not doing something every day in your business that scares you, then you're not moving forward. I don't care if you stumble on your words. I don't like reading out loud. I don't. I do not. I do not like reading out loud. How many of y'all don't like reading out loud? I like talking just like this without a script, without a teleprompter, but reading out loud, I don't like it, but I do it anyway. Sometimes I stumble on my words. Sometimes I got to go back and reread the sentence. I do it anyway, despite of the fact that it's something that makes me uncomfortable. Emotional laziness, and I'm sorry I have to say this, runs prevalent for women of color. I'm just being honest. And I said this earlier this year. I'm tired of women of color complaining. I'm tired of women of color talking about how broke they are, how they don't have this and they don't have that, and they point every finger in the world at everybody else, their husbands, their families, their job, their children, everybody else. I can't do this because don't y'all understand that we are the poorest out of every other nationality and gender? But we're the ones that have the most buying power in the world. We got to shift that, y'all. We got to change that. We got to break out of that emotional laziness. We give so much to people. Come on, y'all. We give so much to people. If somebody calls you, you show up. If somebody taps you on their shoulder, you're over there in the corner talking to them and gossiping to them and wasting 4 hours of your time that you could focus on somebody else. We are more consumers than actual creators. We'll sit there and watch somebody's live video for 4 or 5 hours and get nothing done. We have to stop being in that spirit of complaining. Yes, stating facts doesn't mean you're fixing anything, though. We can state facts all day, but what are we fixing? And it is complaining if you're not fixing anything. I'm sorry. And I will say this to anybody's face. You're complaining. If you don't have a solution to the problem, if you're not making the solution to the problem, you're just complaining. I see so many women sitting out around talking about, oh, this is the issue. And they talk more about the issues than the solutions. Get your business in order. So many people worried about the election. Get your business in order. Why are the rich and wealthy not worried about the election? Why you don't see other people out there who got their businesses in order? They're not sitting there worried about, they don't care who's in office. Okay? They don't care who's in office because that's not what they're worried about. Because they got their stuff in order. Okay? So again, ladies, we gotta again save ourselves. That's true. Ishameen, absolutely. Because the only way that we can really help others is we gotta get ourselves in order. We got to get our minds in order. We got to get our spirits in order. And we got to get from around broke minded people who want to sit, complain, and murmur, but don't have no solutions to any problems. And I will say this to anybody's face and stand on it 100%. Because I love y'all, and love does build up, it don't tear down. We got to build ourselves up. We got to sit up there and look. And y'all, I do this with myself every single day. There's nobody that's going to save me. If I sit back and focus on complaining, and it's for all of y'all, if I focus on complaining and stating facts, does that save my kids? If I focus on that, I'm gonna complain and I'm gonna do that because it's factual. When I go off the bridge, is anybody going to rescue my kids? No, not at all. So yes, it's complaining. Even if you're stating facts, if you only talking about facts, but you ain't fixing nothing, then what's the point? That's complaining. And I stand on that. I'm tired of women, especially women of color, constantly complaining, making excuses. Okay. Talking about everything else under the sun, but trying to rescue themselves. And that's what it is when it comes to Second Corinthians chapter 9, verse 8. It talks about you gotta put in the work. You got to stay steadfast. You got to give according to what's in your heart. You can't, we compare ourselves so much to other people. And it's because that we compare ourselves to other people, we don't show up. We don't show up in our purest excellence. We don't set standards. Because if it doesn't look like that, then we sometimes feel that, well, my effort doesn't matter. My effort doesn't matter. Because the statistics say this. And for most people, especially women of color, statistics are facts, but facts can be lies. Facts can say, well, I don't believe that for my kids. I don't believe that for my family, even though it's a statistical fact. It's a statistical fact that people say women of color are aggressive. Are you aggressive? When we get passionate, that's the word they use against us. Oh, you're aggressive. Are you aggressive? Karen said, thank you, coach, for telling me what I need to hear. Thank you, Karen. People get it. I love it when y'all getting it. No ear tingling over here. That's true. I've been told I'm a waste of my time. I've been told I'm wasting my time. That's what you've been told. That's somebody's fact over your business. But is that true? But is that true? I was told, and this was a fact. We're talking about facts here. I was told 2 months ago, somebody told me, Letitia, you're doing too much. And I'm turning that into a t-shirt. My t-shirt's going to say, if you think I'm doing too much, that means you're doing too little. Because facts these days, it's only people's perception. Only people's perception. Fix the fact. Stop complaining. Take action. Do the work. Show up. Be present. There shouldn't be a day that goes by that I'm not seeing a post. You talking about your business. You talking about how you're going to help people. Right? That's the thing. But the thing is, Erica, Ishameen, a lot of times people use those, and I talked about this yesterday. People use those words to weaponize us. Okay? People use those words as a weapon to silence us. Because I'm not an aggressive person. I'm a passionate person. And people use that word aggression as a way to cover over my passion. And most women think the same way. That is not a correct statement. We can't, it's almost like people say the N word all the time. None of my kids will say the N word. Even though that may be in some households a word of endurement, we don't say that because it's the source of that word. We got to really be careful the words that we use and the words that we say publicly. Okay, that we say publicly, that society uses to weaponize us and then allows other people to be turned off about what it is that we're doing. We got to switch it up. Okay. And again, ladies, a lot of y'all get exactly what I'm saying, and I'm so appreciative of that. We got to retrain our minds to really say words that enlighten us, say words that empower us, instead of being on the I'm going to just complain bus. Okay. I know y'all, I know when I do this show, and I'm just going to be keeping it 100. I may say some things that may step on some toes. Yesterday, y'all was put in the chat, ouch, 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 and I love it. I may say some things that y'all may look at me sideways and side eyes and all that stuff, but it's only meant to help you understand the blessings, okay, that you have out there to share with the world. It's only meant to get you up to doing the work and getting things done. The ones that complain the most are the ones that ain't doing nothing. I'm just being honest. The ones that sit there and they murmur, they complain, they make excuses, they're not doing anything. They may have great ideas. They may have a whole streamline of products, but when's the last time you talked about it? Right? We cannot sit here and just allow words and verbiages just to be part of our dynamic of who we are. No, I don't claim that word aggressive. No, I don't. Don't use that word around me. Don't use that word to explain whatever emotion that you feel that I'm giving you. Do not do. That's okay. Which I tell people all the time. I'm around certain friends. They call each other the B word all the time. B. Don't call me that. That may be a word of endearment to you, but don't call me that. And that's okay to set boundaries. I have an amazing client named Miyoko, and he talks about that. That's okay to say, I understand that you identify over there as that, but don't call me that. Don't put that word on me because I'm none of those things. And I will not, because again, if I decide to accept that, my 3 daughters, I have 3 daughters, y'all, will say it's okay for somebody to call them the B. It's okay for somebody to call them aggressive. It's okay for somebody to call them disrespectful. No, not in this house. And y'all all have a right what works for other people. And I can respectfully respect whatever words or verbiage that y'all decide to accept. But I'm saying, but I also ask that it's in the same thing in return. Because I'm all about love, light, motivation, and getting women to hold themselves accountable. If you're struggling with those things, don't watch my show. Don't watch my show. Because again, I shared this yesterday. I'm on a mission to help women truly hold themselves accountable because the words we use may be a great thing to anchor you today, but it'll be something that's going to put you in chains tomorrow. So we got to really tread lightly and be careful, especially if you're trying to help other women, especially if you're trying to help other people. We got to understand the things we say can be triggers for certain people. Certain words can be triggering for certain people. Certain things that we speak over ourselves can be triggering for certain people. So we got to be I learned this a long time ago. We got to be very, very, very careful with that. Very careful with that. Because what you say can be maybe in a trigger for somebody else. So I thank you guys so much for joining me on today. I'm going to be back on Monday because Tuesday I have a church no, tomorrow I have a church picnic and what have you. So I'll definitely be back on Monday. But I have a quick announcement to make, y'all. I know some of y'all, y'all got your own churches and ministries and places that you go to. But my church, Grace Episcopal Church in Jamaica, is an amazing congregation to be a part of. We have an amazing pastor. His name is Father Anthony. He is our priest in charge. Okay, so if you're not doing anything on Sunday, join us live for our Sunday service at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put the link. Let me get the link here so y'all can go ahead and like our page. Okay, we have a Facebook page over here on Facebook because I'm going to pop the link over here in the comments. Okay, in the chat real quick. Let me go here. All right. Let me go here. Boop, 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 boop. Bam. There we go. All right. So go ahead and like the page. We show up live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. So definitely join us and tune in virtually. Also, if you haven't done so, go ahead and sign up for Constant Contact. I am on a mission this month. Okay. I'm on a mission this month to get 1,000 of you guys to join us over on the Constant Contact side, which is one of the leading email service provider. out there currently right now. So to sign up for Constant Contact and also to learn more about it, go to bit.ly/email success number 30. Email success number 30. You're going to get 30% off your first 3 months and a whole bunch of other awesome bonuses. So go ahead and check that out because you definitely want to be a part of this platform. I've been with Constant Contact since June of 2016. So it's been 8 years, right? It's been 8 years. So I've seen this platform evolve. I'm so addicted to Constant Contact and excited about it as well. So you definitely want to check it out. They also have a brand new campaign builder, which is sickening. Okay. Absolutely sickening. So you definitely want to check that out and be a part of that. Okay. Don't forget, y'all homework today. Okay. Y'all homework this weekend is to make sure you go to 2 Corinthians. Go and read the whole chapter of chapter 9. It talks a lot about giving. It talks a lot about planting seeds. It talks a lot about all of that, y'all. And we are in the season of taking action. We're in the season of rising and moving up. We're in the season of really allowing our lives to be focused on God, letting Him be His will and not our own. And again, ladies, there's going to be people that are going to join that mission with you, and it's going to be some people who are going to drop off. But again, all of your businesses are worth it. Okay, all of your businesses matter. So just like we've been talking about that, just like we've been talking about all week long, work your business. Okay, work your business. Just because it's the weekend, post, do reels, get people on your email list. The book Ishameen is 40 Days of Prayer for My Business. It's by Becky A. Davis. The last time I checked on Amazon, it was $20. So definitely go ahead and grab this book because it's going to definitely work on your mindset a little bit more. So go ahead and check that out. And sometimes we got to do that, ladies. We get stuck in our internals and we really got to focus on our spirituality. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. Again, I will be back on Monday at 10:30. If you're a client of mine, definitely make sure you go to the client portal and check out the replay from our training this week. If you don't have access to our portal, send us an email at camelsuccessteam@gmail.com. Till next time, y'all, get out there and dominate because it's time to design a life that you, in fact, deserve. Till next time. Bye, guys.
Got something to say or sell? Constant Contact's powerful online marketing tools make it easy to stand out while you get the word out. Create email marketing campaigns like a pro, promote a sale, or launch a new product. And do it all from one place. Power on with Constant Contact.